Hi, welcome to Math Maxtra. This is Saritha. So, our topic is types of triangles. So, what are the different types of triangles? So, we have two types of classification. One is based on the lengths of the sides of a triangle, and the other is based on the angles of a triangle. Now, we'll see one by one. So, first classification is based on the lengths of the sides of a triangle. So, this is a triangle. Yes, ABC, triangle ABC. It has three sides. Yes, it has three sides. Based on the lengths of these three sides, we have classified the triangle into three types. What are those? The first one is scalene triangle. Scalene triangle. And the second type is isosceles triangle. And the third type is equilateral triangle. These three types of triangle are based on the length of the sides of a triangle. See, we'll see one by one in detail. So the first type is scalene triangle. So the first type is scalene triangle. What is a scalene triangle is? A triangle in which all the three sides are different. See, this side is of one length and this side is of another length and this side is of other length. So if the triangle has three different sides, then we call that triangle as a scalene triangle. So what are the properties of scalene triangle? Properties of scalene triangle. As it has three different lengths, we can easily say it has three interior angles which are different. See, this side is different, this side is different, this side is different. Obviously, as three lengths of the sides are different, we can easily say the angles are also different. So the first property is a scalene triangle has three different interior angles. It has three different interior angles. And the second property is we know at each vertex there is a chance of having exterior angle. So if all the three interior angles are different, we can easily say all the three exterior angles are also different. That is the second property. All it has three different exterior angles. Different exterior angles. Now, how many number of measurements does it require to construct a scalene triangle? See, this is one different length, this is one different length, and this is one different length. So, it has three different lengths. In order to construct a scalene triangle, we should have these three lengths, right? That is why we need three measurements. We need a three measurements to construct a scalene triangle. How many number of? The number of measurements required to construct a scalene triangle or 3. So, we need exactly 3 measurements to construct a scalene triangle. So, the second type is isosceles triangle. So, the second type is isosceles triangle. So, what is an isosceles triangle? A triangle in which any two sides of a triangle are equal, then we call that triangle as an isosceles triangle. See, you take this triangle, in this you take any two sides are equal, whether these two sides are equal or these two sides are equal or these two sides are equal. So if you consider any two sides are equal, then we call it as an isosceles triangle. In another way also, we can define an isosceles triangle as if if a triangle has at least two sides are equal, then we call it as an isosceles triangle. Means you observe the difference, that is exactly two sides are equal or and at least two sides are equal. See, in the exact we must have two sides equal and other must be different. But when you come to at least two sides are equal, in that there may be a chance of having two sides are equal or three sides are equal. So, in the case of isosceles, there is no restriction on the third side, but you must have at least two sides are equal. So, if third side is also equal, then also we call it as isosceles triangle. So, it is a one difference you have to observe in the case of isosceles triangle. What are the properties of isosceles triangle? See, as two sides are equal, by the properties of triangle we know very well, the angles opposite to equal sides are always equal. That is why these two are sides which are equal. So the angles opposite to these sides are also equal. That is why. So the first property is the base angles. In the usual convention, we call always unequal side as a base. See, this is different side, these two are equal sides, right? So that is why we always consider the unequal side as a base while constructing an isosceles triangle. So that is why I have taken BC as a base of a triangle. So these two angles we call them as a base angles. So base angles are always equal because these two sides are equal. Okay. So always base angles are equal. And you see, as the two base angles are equal, the two exterior angles formed at the base angles are also equal. So that is one more property. And B and C angles are interior angles of a triangle. These two interior angles are always equal. That is base angles are equal and the two exterior angles are always equal. Two exterior angles of are always equal. As two interior angles are equal, so we can easily say the exterior angles are also equal. And how many number of measurement does it require to construct an isosceles triangle? See, these two are equal sides. By knowing only one measurement, we can know two sides, right? So one measurement, that is equal side, and the other measurement is unequal side. So these two measurements are required to construct an isosceles triangle. So how many number of measurements? The number of measurements required to construct an isosceles triangle which are equal to 2. So this is what about an isosceles triangle. So we'll see the third type, that is equilateral triangle. The third type is equilateral triangle. What is an equilateral triangle? A triangle in which all the three sides are equal. All the three sides are equal. Then we call it as an equilateral triangle. See, this side is equal, this side is equal, this side. So all the three sides are equal. We call it as an equilateral triangle. So what happens if all the three sides are equal? Then we can easily say all the three interior angles are also equal, isn't it? You check, these two sides are equal. Okay, by the property of a triangle, we can easily say the angles opposite to the equal sides are also equal. So that is why if all the three sides are equal, we can easily say all the three angles are also equal. Yes. What about exterior angles of a triangle? If all the interior angles are equal, then we can say all the exterior angles are also equal. Yes. So, what are the properties of equilateral triangle? Properties. So, the first one, all interior angles are equal because all the sides are equal. All interior angles are equal and each measures 60 degree. Each measures 60 degrees. And the second property is all exterior angles are also equal. All exterior angles are also equal. See, if this is 60 degrees, 60 degrees, 60 degrees, what about the exterior angle? As the interior angle and exterior angles both are supplementary to each other, we can easily say what the measure of an exterior angle here. What is it? It is 120 degrees. What about this? This is also 120 degrees. And sorry. What about this? This is also 120 degrees. So, all the exterior angles are also equal and each measures 120 degrees. Each exterior angle measures 120 degrees in the case of equilateral triangle. Yes. And see, angle. Always interior angles are acute angles only. See, all measure 60 degrees, 60 degrees, 60 degrees. That is why we can easily say the interior angles are always acute angles. So, interior angles are always acute angles. Right? This is one property. What about exterior angles of a triangle? These are obtuse angles. Right? The exterior angles are always obtuse angles. And what is the ratio of the sides of an equilateral triangle? You take this length as some 12 centimeters. So this is also 12 centimeters. This is also 12 centimeters. Now we'll see the ratio of the sides. So the sides ratio is 12 is to 12 is to 12, which is equal to 1 is to 1 is to 1. So what is the ratio of the sides of an equilateral triangle? 1 is to 1 is to 1. So what about the ratio of interior angles of a triangle? Equilateral triangle? See, each measure 60 degrees. 60 degrees, 60 degrees, 60 degrees. So, 1 is to 1 is to 1. So, the ratio of all interior angles of an equilateral triangle is equal to 1 is to 1 is to 1. What about exterior angles ratio? That is also equal to 1 is to 1 is to 1. So, the exterior angles ratio is also equals to 1 is to 1 is to 1. So, all the isosceles triangles, see, you consider in the case of isosceles triangle, two sides are equal. At least two sides are equal. But when you come to equilateral triangle, exactly three sides are equal. So that is why we can say all equilateral triangles are isosceles triangle or not. Yes, we can easily say all the equilateral triangles are isosceles triangle. Then what about the converse? When you see the converse of this statement, you see isosceles triangle. In isosceles triangle, two ways are possible. Whether you can have two sides are equal or you can have three sides are equal. If two sides are equal, then that may not be equilateral triangle. If three sides are equal, that will be equilateral triangle. So there are two possibilities. That is why we can conclude the statement that all the equilateral triangles are isosceles triangle, but all the isosceles triangle need not be an equilateral triangles. Yes, this is the statement in the case of equilateral triangle. Okay, thank you.